What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Berserk manga chapters 227 and 228. Last time on, last video, Guts donned the Berserker armor for the first time. Um, Now we don't really know what this armor is. Is it just man-made armor with magic incantations in it? Or does it fully 100% come from the astral? Like I don't know the specifics behind it. We didn't really get kind of the origins of it. It's got to be pretty old though, because um, what's his name? Zod was able to recognize it. It seems like Skull Knight wore this before. Maybe in one of the fights that him and Zod have had, he's worn it a couple times. He was making the remarks like, "Oh, you're gonna have him go down the same path you went," and yada yada, blah blah blah. So it's got to be pretty damn old. um, and it essentially now I didn't get clarification, but I'm under the impression that it's also powering you up as well, aside from just turning off all pain receptors and just making you numb to everything. I feel like it's got to be giving you a boost of just maybe overall strength and speed as well, or it's kind of hard to tell. Is it like a Naruto, spoilers if you haven't seen it? Is it like an 8 gates situation of where like if anybody unlocked it, it doesn't mean the same peak power level of it is going to be the same, is how I would kind of interpret it, maybe. If you think about it in like Naruto terms, which is essentially how I look at it, it's just turning off the armor. To me looks like it's just turning off the limiters to the body, what it's able to achieve from like a basic human level, and cutting off the pain receptors to let you go further beyond. But like in the tuning exam level, if Rock Lee opened all 8 gates there, yes, he'd be strong as hell, busted. But his 8 gates unlocking as a kid is not going to be the same as when Mike Guy unlocks his 8 gates towards the climax of the entire story, you know? They both have achieved the 8 gates, yes, but I have a feeling it's not even close to the amount of power each one is able to put out, I think. So when I say that, I think the same thing here with like the armor. If I put that on Serpico, yes, it'll probably make him really strong. He could probably throw with most apostles. But I still think Guts is going to get him a higher power level out of that, or maybe I'm wrong, who knows. Um, that's why I'm saying, does it grant you power? Does it just let you kind of go further beyond your base power level? Interesting question. I'm curious if we defeat Grunbeld here, because a way to make the armor really stand out to see how strong it is would be to defeat him, because to my understanding, he looks to be the second strongest apostle, minus Zod, you know? Um, there's a lot of moving parts going on right now. It looks like it's really tearing his body apart. And then it kind of changed its form. We've kind of seen the Guts' inner thoughts of like the demon he's got brewing in there, and it kind of has that wolf fox life shape to it. And then the armor changed to kind of mimic that inner demon within him. Um, so I'm curious, like, can you just easily take it on and off? Like, if he has to get out of it, he can get out of it, or is it gonna be like a Venom Spider-Man symbiote shit where like when it starts feeding off of you, like it just fucking engulfs you all together? I don't know. There's a lot of questions on the specifics of the armor itself, but we got a gist of kind of what it was able to grant and do. The longer he has it on, the more it's going to pretty much wreck him. But we have a goal to accomplish, and the thing is, Guts's mind was already damn near like this armor. To be honest, he would go further beyond it, just let the shit get beat out of him, and he would still rage out and do it. You know. So you put this on top of someone that's mind was already unhinged, is it's asking a lot. So we'll see. Luckily, however this ends, we've got 2 elves and a witch that can hopefully give us some healing. Because we're still beat up from the God Hand run in, so it's a lot of moving parts, but we'll see. We'll press play on that. Make sure that's going. Mic's on. We're recording. Beep bop boop. All right, chapter 227. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we really got going here. What in the hell is this shit? And it's in color too? What the hell is it? We've never seen any representation of whatever this is. Huh. I love seeing the, y'all know I love seeing the main crew animated in color. I still think Shirka in the purple with the green hair is probably the best touch of when they show us the characters animated. I think I like hers the best. Is this the first time we've seen Puck? They're giving Puck blue hair and the what's her Valeria pink? Deidre, Casca, Farnese. Nice. Pretty dope. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Am I supposed to be reading these? Oh no, these are just backgrounds. Casca, former unit commander of the Band of the Hawk, mentally regressed from her experience in the eclipse. She now neither speaks nor conveys any feelings. Her brand, which reacts to evil, is thinly shielded by Fiora's talisman. I'm not going to go through all these. I do want to read Griffith and Zod's, though. Through the eclipse of the Crimson Behelit. I do forget his was a different shade than the rest. He was reborn as Femto of the God Hand. Later, he was incarnated in the imitation eclipse, catalyzed by the egg-shaped apostle, thus returning to the physical world in which he became the absolute, without equal. Zod, the apostle with two names. He was unrivaled in his thirst for battle against the strong, but defeated by Griffith. He is now part of the new Band of the Hawk. I totally forgot they're going around calling themselves that too, by the way. Alright. Let's see what we got. What's going on with Guts? I can't at my level. The force of his odd is too intense for thought transfer to get through. So he's raging out that much right now that she can't even reach him to communicate mentally. Grumbeld's loving it. Well done, Black Swordsman. Our arch enemy. The fact that there's people, like, they're going to be going around Midland, donning themselves with the Band of the Hawks, and the Black Swordsman, one of the pillars of that, is the enemy. What a time. Now taste the power. Now I'm curious, are we going to... it would be cool to see if we kill Grumbeld here, because that would show us just how strong this armor is. But I also want to see Grumbeld's evolution form, and I feel like that would just be a lot to include right now. Grumbeld leveling up, us throwing hands with him while everything, and we got Skull Knight and Zod fighting. Everything else is burning down. The Witch, Casca, and Farnese are in the forest. I feel like with all these moving pieces, and to then dedicate multiple pages, if not chapters, to Grumbeld going to a second state, like that's asking a lot. So maybe somehow this just ends in a stalemate and everybody just kind of goes their separate ways. But I don't know how that would happen. Now taste the power of my strike. I mean, you know we're dodging that shit. Ooh, wow. Not only dodged it, but he actually deflected that shit. He dented it. Not the actual hammer, but the staff part. Oh. We're like... Really? That's what I'm saying. If Grumbel keeps sitting over here bullshitting and he doesn't elect to go second form, you're gonna get your head chopped off here in a minute. You are gonna get your shit chopped off here in a minute. Looks like he's about to lose an arm. Pretty damn close. I don't know if Guts got all the way through, but... Wow, you can look at his body. You see like the blood coming through the armor. Like it looks great on paper, but what's going through at the same time is rough. But I feel like for someone like Guts though, like I was saying at the beginning, we know how mentally unhinged he is. Not unhinged to a point where he goes berserk and turns on his own. We've never seen him, like, he's not like Nine-Tails Fox, you know, can't distinguish comrade from enemy. But he was able to go places mentally that, like, the average human would not be able to go. So I'm curious if that is helping him get through this. Granted, he doesn't feel this, but still, if I don't feel pain and my body takes enough damage, like, my body's just going to cease to move type thing, you know? If I don't feel my arm get chopped off, I'm not going to be able to... that doesn't mean I could just now reattach it and use it. Like, I've lost the ability to use that. So if he takes enough damage, even though he can't feel it, his body might just straight. Now, if we're gonna say that the suit will puppet him, that's a different story. But I don't know. Magnificent, you are the victor. No, 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 no. This isn't victory. This is not. No. You wanted to talk all that shit about, like, I thought this would be a good fight. All the talk of the Black Swordsman, I'm disappointed. Like, this isn't over. The rumors lied not. No, you're a superb warrior, and you exceed them. Oh, he exceeds the rumors. But my mission lies ahead for my master. An apostle of the Hawk of Light. I shall finish you. There it is. There it is. He's activated his evolution, turning into fucking Charizard Gyarados over here. I don't know what the hell this Tyrannosaurus Rex shit is. But yeah. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. So we are gonna... So this makes me think... This makes me 100% think that Grumbel can die here then. Because you've shown us everything that there is with him. That you can go ahead and eliminate him off screen if you want. Damn, what is this shit? I mean, he's straight up turned into a dragon. Like a just straight up dragon. I like how the face is like superimposed on top of the face of the dragon. It's kind of dope. Yes, dragon is correct. Shirker, you got anything you can give us? Dragon is correct, guys. We've got some serious issues going here. I shall use this power granted to me as an apostle and lay low the Black Swordsman. You know what's interesting is they're not giving us any thoughts in Guts' head. Because even when we've seen Guts at his like most unhinged, you still see you would still always see his thought process. They've just completely cut us out as a viewer as to what the hell's going on. Like, does he acknowledge, like, holy shit, where's all this blood and shit coming from, or like, any of that, or no? I don't know. Full force, damn. Impossible. He stopped it, an apostle's attack. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to, like, this would be something I'd love to see in color. Especially the dragon. It looks like it's crystallized here, like ice shard dragon. It's hard to tell without color. It could easily kind of be. It could easily be mistaken if these were like rock form. It was more like a brown dragon. But I'm gonna go with the ice thought process in my head. I like how these two, like, they've run this so many times, but they're just not even paying attention to each other. Ah, shit. See what I'm saying here? So I'm guessing this is his leg that's breaking. It's gonna turn to a point like Harry Potter type shit. Like, my limbs are just gonna flop to the point that even though I don't feel that my shit just snapped, there's gonna be nothing here to do anything with. And here's the thing, though. Guts still himself, at least to us as a viewer, he's still a human. This shit is gonna take would take a while to heal. Now, unless Shirka and the two elves can do differently, when this armor comes off, we need to not run into any battles for. I mean, I'm thinking of like our recovery state, and like this is gonna be a year plus till this gets back to normal strength after it's healed. I'm curious how they'll explain this damage. I won't have it. Ooh, right in the real face. I mean, that's where I would aim to be honest. Guts. My skin of Corundrum? Corundrum? Is that a real thing? Stronger than even steel? Has been cracked? It's not possible? Am I drunk, or does his arm look like it's not facing the correct way? The problem is, I don't know. You can't. If he stops, they all just get wiped out and die. If he continues, well, here's the thing. Guts is the main character. The entire story, every other character in the story like Guts is the sun in this story. Every other character just revolves around him. And us as a viewer, this isn't like the end of the story. You know, I still have hundreds of chapters to go. Guts doesn't die here, clearly. But what becomes of his like physical body after this? He's still just a base human at the end of the day. Some damage, like, especially in this time period, without. Now here's the thing, though. We do have elves and magic, so what they might be able to do for us recovery-wise, you know, maybe that would help. But this, I don't know if we can keep this up, man. I'll be dead ass with you. Whoa, weren't his arm and leg just facing the wrong way? Is it the armor's power? Wait, did I? So that was correct. Okay, so you see this panel here. You guys should be able to see my cursor. I thought that was just to show, you know, the blood's coming out. That whip around was the armor putting his shit back in place? Because that's how it looks like they're interpreting it. Well, weren't his arm and leg just facing the wrong way? It is the armor's power. The armor is reinforcing his broken limbs by piercing through his flesh and biting into its bones. It's literally mending his ass back together. They just hit us with that Tokyo Ghoul Kaneki Ken fighting Jason shit where his arm was so snapped and he just like rewound it back. Oh lord. I heard the previous owner of the armor was similarly devoured by its steel teeth as he continued fighting until the last of his blood gushed forth from where his bones were broken. Oh, she's saying this out loud. What? Why'd you put something like that on Guts when he's near dead anyway? That's what I was saying, but they didn't have a choice. There was no choice. It was a noble sacrifice so his companies could live. In that case, let's scram so his death's not in vain. You're not wrong. What do I do? It's my fault again. Come on, let's flee while he's distracted. Mistress, why? Why a thing like that? What must I do? Oh, is she... Are we to take this that she's still just sitting there roasting and toasting? It is something that only you, being a witch, can do. Mistress, but I am still a novice. I'm upset at my magic. You now appreciate your inexperience in the danger of drowning in power. For this very reason, it should be possible for you. This swordsman lost in the turbulence of power, you will show him the way? Oh, Lord. Alright, 228. The depths of hellfire. What was that we just picked up? Who picked that up? Or did we place something down? Oh no, she placed something down, okay. Hey, what are you gonna do? I'm going to bring back Guts. Watch my back. Let him be, you'll just get in trouble again. But here's the thing though. Like Grumbeld's dead grass right now. He's dead grass serious. If you pull Guts out of that armor or stop it or whatever, how do we deal with the dragon? Like the literal dragon. Like what are we just gonna flee? Take the armor, grab Guts, go find the other two in the forest and just run? And then run where? Unless you can open a portal. I mean, maybe Skull Knight could, but Zod's not just gonna let him do that. So what do we do? Even if you pull him out of there and you grab him, like how do we run? Guts the biggest one here, so someone's gonna have to physically carry him unless she can levitate him. What's the plan here? I will try, mistress. I will reach him. Oh, she's gonna try to speak to him. But then what? Speak to him like, hey, get this over with quickly? Like, you can't survive or what? This is a dope shot. Unbelievable to withstand 2 attacks from my true apostle form and even wound me. The hell are you? I will say that, I mean, we all agree that this is the best This is the best apostle transformation, right? Like hands down. Period. I think this is better than any of the God Hand forms. I do like Griffith's God Hand form. And the other one that has like the eyes sewn shut with the brain exposed, that one's good as well. But this might be the winner so far. Sir Fire Dragon. Let us join. He's not gonna let you join in. This is he wants the fight. We had no luck hunting down that witch, and now we're really bored. You seem to be having a hard time. You grunts. Hey, if it ain't one-on-one anymore as an apostle, you shouldn't really mind. Yeah, that's why all of you just got killed. Oh God. Well, they all might be dead. No fair. They were transforming. Dang, got rid of them quick. I'm so glad he took care of them while transforming. Because at the time I'm watching this, which is May 13th, I'm in One Piece. Spoilers. If you haven't seen One Piece. Like, we're just letting Blackbeard, like, planetary devastation charge up his dark gravity shit. Like, someone just blitz his ass. I'm tired of letting people transform. Like, just handle it. Just Android 17 it from the Tournament of Power. Like, you don't get to transform. Son of a bitch. This feeling, I must have broken 4 or 5 ribs. His guts. Is that a guts thought right there? Or was that an apostle thought right there? That was the apostle's thought, I think. He just bite us? He bought. This is a bite here, no? Am I freaking out? His fighting style's getting less and less human. Less human. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like, yeah, it there's some tasty morsels over here too. Yo. Yeah, boys, you're up. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. If it comes down to it, we can run and take Shirka with us. True. Worst comes to worst, just scoop her little ass and run. Won't she wake up if we tap the wand? She's doing this out in the fucking open too. These flames, anger. This is the hateful turbulence that flows deep within the armor. Will I make it in time? If a typical human being were similarly consumed, their ego would shatter. Damn. He's got, I mean, he's got straight up Nine Tails within him. That's the image Guts projects when he's clad in the OD of armor. Guts is inside it. How do we know she just won't die here? Like, who's to say, like, the thing that's taking over Guts won't just, like, project on her? Can I do this? Can I rescue him from such turbulent rage? If I'm not careful, I'll be swept away too. Just saying. I don't know, girl. There's no time to hesitate. Let's say she says she was committing and going in, and she knows this is what's going on outside. So either do it or don't. Get in there and try, or back out. Lights. Oh, is she getting memories? Fragments of Guts' memories. Ah. So remember how I said we're not seeing Guts' thought process while this is going on. This is an interesting way of doing it. So is this to represent what Guts subconsciously is thinking about when he rages out all the time, or just in this specific moment? Like, this is what he fights for, this is the images of what he remembers, so this is what fuels him. They are just like lamp lights. Darkness. Oh, that day again, huh? And my thing is, where was Shirka and everybody else during this? I'd like to get an explanation on that type shit. You know, like if you're an MCU fan, all these new superheroes and stuff that come out, and everyone's question is like, where the hell were you when Thanos was doing his shit? So that's my question. Like, the old lady and Shirka, when this shit was going down and my friends and me were getting slaughtered and raped in front of me, where were you guys? Just hanging out in the cottage? I know you sensed the shit. You just let it happen. And you know how I know they sensed the shit? Because it seems Skull Knight is like in contact with her every time something's about to go down. And I know it's fate and destiny, and we would never get to this point here where Guts is able to fight here if they showed up and intervened. But I get it's like a chicken or the egg type thing. It's like if witches were to show up in that instance and like squash this shit, we maybe never would have gotten to a point now where the older witch needs to die, because Griffith would have never ascended to what he is to then be reincarnated to come back if you had just killed him in the first place. But then it's like, I don't know, it's a tough question. You know, it's like one of those things like, if you go back in time and do something, does it stop something, or does it just like splinter off and cause something else? Like, who's to say if they do that, that like then somebody else just doesn't turn into Griffin? But then it's like, why don't you just go out and just keep doing it? I don't know. It's an infinity loop type thing concept that who knows if they could have stopped it, but would have been helpful. No, what horrible being engulfed, girl, mistress. I don't think she can hear you in there. You need to figure this shit out. You got to figure it out yourself. Oh, that's right. She did put the little engram in there. My mistress. A little bit of power. This reminds me of like, again, Naruto spoilers. Minato leaving like a little bit of his chakra within the seal. So if it ever got to a point, oh, and that's how it ends. Oh shit. Okay. It's actually not a bad ending point. So what she's seeing here is his guts. Is this like Guts' essence, pure form, something in here that she can like reach and hopefully pull back, or what? I'm kind of torn on what I thought the best panels were. I don't know what this represents yet. Maybe it's something we haven't seen. Maybe these are just apostles, you know? I love this panel. Love that shot right here. I'm trying to decide if I love it more than seeing Grumbeld like turn into the ice dragon that he is. This is pretty crazy. You guys can't see that on the double screen, but him going, jeez Louise, that's pretty great. I like this one. You can't really see him too well. Might have been one or two more here. Let me see. Is that the best one we had? That might be it. That might be it. We'll go with that one. Of them talking dragon. That's probably the best one in my opinion. Let's see. Right here. So I'm fully convinced Grumbeld dies here. I just don't see... Because the situation is so chaotic right now, I don't see how, even if we gave him like a good blow or distracted him for a little bit, how we could get out of here safely and go anywhere without just being hunted down. Which, I mean, you could say honestly they could hunt us down at any moment if they wanted to, if they have the ability to just find us whenever. But I'm saying in this specific moment, Guts' body is going to be ruined. Again, unless Shirka can do something that can get him up and walking. I don't see how you've got to like carry him. There's fires going on. There's apostles everywhere. Zod, and if you don't kill Grumbeld, he'll like, you know, shake it off and be ready to go. It's just so much. And then we've got to go get Farnese and Casca. So I don't see how we can maybe just injure Grumbeld and expect to actually get out of here and make it a football field's length before we just get hawked down, you know? So I think we have to kill him here. Again, I do think that's the best apostle transformation we've seen. Or other form. I'd say probably the only other two that I would put up there would be Griffith's Femto transformation. and the other god hand that has like the Dracula cape with the exposed brain and the sewn shut eyes. Um, that one's pretty good as well. I would love to see Grumbelt. Like, if you guys know, has there ever been anything shown of Grumbelt, or maybe said in like an interview or anything off screen of like what colors he looks like in that form? Like, are we thinking like ice form? Is it steel? Does it look more kind of like rock, granite? I'd just be very curious about that. Um, and yeah, it's crazy seeing his limbs kind of re-snap back in place. I would be very, very curious to see what Guts' mental is going to be after this, because this has pretty much brought what he's been trying to like bury, and what he's been so willing to accept the help of Farnese and Serpico and letting others take the responsibility, you know, is also attributed to like his mental can't handle it right now. Especially the last time he was around Casca and it was just him. It kind of like engulfed him and took him over. He's been doing pretty good at kind of like getting over that. And I feel like this is just like it was dialed up to like 7 or 8 when he was starting to like physically take over, like put himself onto Casca. And now that everyone's here, he's like dialed it back down. Maybe it's sitting at like a 2 or a 1, or not at all. It's been cranked like off the charts, like past 10 right now. So I'm curious, when he comes out of this, is he gonna have to like retrain himself to get like not let that take over again? Or is it going to be like, again, Naruto, like the Nine Tails taking over, he comes back to and has no recollection of what just happened? Maybe. I guess we'll kind of see how it goes. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.